it's Allison with the Zionsville Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for joining us today in our next session of Keep the Lights On campaign. And we are here at Midwest Jewelers in Zionsville. And in effort of full disclosure, I worked here and I love this place. So I am very familiar with a lot of this jewelry and I'm excited for them to be able to tell you about it today. So this is Brian Mccall, the owner, and he's going to tell you about some of these great pieces that Midwest has created.
Good afternoon. My name is Brian. I think it's probably bad for a jeweler to wear a mask, but we are practicing safe social distancing here. Happy Friday. It is Friday. I know people have been losing track of the days, but thanks for coming in and visiting our store. At Midwest, what we call ourselves is a modern estate boutique. And what that means is that we have the best of the old and the best of the new that are combined together in a comfortable, modern setting that people just love to come into. One of the things that we are particularly known for is really fine color. We have colored stones that a lot of jewelers haven't ever even heard of, much less have in stock. And we have them for a fraction of the price of what market value is because of the way that we buy. And I'll get into that in a little while. But what I do is I take these stones and I'm sort of inspired. I love the creative and the design process to make some beautiful settings. And a lot of times I'll walk around one of the big shows, the Tucson Gem and Jewelry Show, and I will see a stone and I will just simply be inspired, and I'll have to sketch it in a notebook, and then I come back and we put it together. I make a more specific design, and we give that to the jeweler and have it rendered in precious metal and diamonds. But what I have laid out here is some of the special ones that I've done. Honestly, when people come in and I say, oh my gosh, this is one of my favorites, they're pretty much all my favorites, to be honest. But this first one that we're looking at, this is a sunstone. It's a lattice sunstone. And when you move it around in the light, you get this beautiful lattice pattern that's very, very unusual. Not all sunstone has this lattice pattern in, very, very little of it does, in fact. And I thought it would be wonderful to have multicolored sapphires that are sort of pastel yellows and oranges, and there's a few diamonds mixed in there to sort of enhance the beauty of this earthy colored stone. And then on the back, I wanted the back of it to even sort of match the theme of the stone, so I had a sun built into the back, just to kind of be reminiscent of what the stone's name is. A beautiful ring, and I have a matching pendant for that. Next over here, we have a mint-colored tourmaline. One of the things that's so fun to do with color is to mix the colors and make these vibrant, sort of electric colors to be put together. This particular tourmaline is from Afghanistan, and it's got two beautiful Burmese rubies in there, and the combination of the mint green and that vibrant red makes a ring that just pops. It's a perfect right-hand ring. Next to that one, I have a Moonstone, which is from the Tamil Nadu region in India. And so virtually everything in the store has a story. One of the things when I was working with the vendor on this stone and I found out where it was from when I was looking for a Moonstone was that when he told me where it was from, it reminded me of when I was there, and we actually sponsor a compassion child from Tamil Nadu in India. So I thought, oh my gosh, I have to have it. And I instantly had this vision for this dome ring with this little trellis of diamonds and the sapphires to sort of bring out the blue in the Moonstone. So these are three beautiful custom pieces that we did. And then this ring here, I just came across in Tucson with one of my dealers who bought it in an estate. This is the absolute finest lightning ridge black opal that you can find. It is incredible, and it has oranges and greens and blues in it. And it's in a deco ring from the 1930s, and I think the guy might have known what he had, but maybe not, or he just needed the money. But I got an amazing deal on this ring, and I bought the entire platinum ring for much less than it would cost me to just buy that stone. So I know everybody's in a tough position. We're all kind of out of sync, and we don't really know what's going on. This is a piece I designed a little while ago. I call it With Every Cloud, and I let everybody kind of fill in their blank. And so my vision was to have this cloud in white gold with this rim of diamonds and this sun that's peeking out behind us. Basically, it's just this message of hope that you can wear that reminds us that, yeah, things look kind of crappy right now and we don't really know what everything is going to look like, but let's be honest, folks, we are going to come out of this. I mean, in a year, in 6 months, whenever it is that we're starting to get back to total normal, we're going to look back and we're going to have the best stories. Our children are going to appreciate how much time they got to spend with their parents, as long as the parents haven't killed them in their homeschooling. But we have, there's going to be nothing but great stories, and it's going to just seem like, wow, did that really happen? We are living in a historical time. But this particular pendant is just, it's one of my favorites, and every time I look at it, it's almost like I have this relaxing that we go through. So those are some of the custom pieces that we've put together here. I've got a case full of them, and all of these different electric colors. I've got pink tourmaline and sapphire. I've got blue zircon and red zircon. There is so many beautiful electric, vibrant colors that when people see them, it's almost like they don't even realize how amazing they are. And this is the only place that you can come into that you will see this many different beautiful colors all in one place, and all very, very fairly priced. So I talked a little bit about the stories. One of the ways that we get those stories is we're in a state fire. Okay, so people come in and they, for whatever reason, they don't have a need for something anymore. They come to see us. We've got a terrific reputation of being sort of the top of the food chain on buying over the counter. And in many cases, people have been handed down things, and they, for one reason or another, they don't have a need for them anymore. But I love to get the stories. When you're working with somebody who's interested in selling, you find out things, and sometimes it's fascinating things. I want to show you this ring over here. This is what's called a north-south ring. It is a yellow gold and platinum topped sapphire and diamond ring from the Deco era, probably 1920s to early 1930s. Beautiful elongated ring. Well, the story is this lady came in to sell a bunch of porcelain figurines, which not a lot of which have very much value, but we were happy to look. And one of the things that you do when you're looking at a piece of porcelain is you turn it over. Well, when I turned the piece over, I noticed that jammed up inside of it was this gold ring. And I tried, and I couldn't pry it out from every which way. So I asked her permission. I said, would it be possible for me to break this? Because I think you might have something inside of this piece of porcelain that's worth a lot more than the piece of porcelain. So sure enough, she was happy to do that. And I literally hit it with a hammer, and out popped this ring. It was a little the worse for wear. but we were able to clean it up and restore it beautifully, and now we have this wonderful Art Deco era ring that is going to make somebody very, very happy, and it's a fraction of what it would cost in a traditional store. So those are just a few of the things that we have that have special stories. But I wanted to take you through the buying process for just a second. We have a secure and private location where people can come and sit with us. So if you have a need for some money, we are great people to know. We've got a great reputation of, like I said, of being the top of the food chain, and we get to work with people and help them out in times of need. And so we're one of the largest coin dealers in Indianapolis. We buy lots and lots of silver and gold and better coins, as well as the diamonds, as well as the just about anything small of value. If we don't know it off the top of our head, we've got great people here that are able to research it, and we'll make you a fair offer on the spot. We're one of the only businesses in town that has the breadth and depth of knowledge that we do. So we'd love to help you out. If you're looking for a gift, or if you're looking for a cash out, we'd be more than happy to work with you and be very fair. And now what I want to do is turn over to Miss Karen, who's going to tell you about some of our new lines as part of our modern part of the Modern Estate Boutique.
Hold on for just a second. I do want to mention something while we're over here. Whenever you come into Midwest, you're going to see things that are both new and estate sitting side by side. So you're going to see things that are custom, you're going to see things that are vintage, you're going to find things that are a combination of stones that they've been able to pull and then reset. So it's kind of a combination of all of those in different cases.
So I don't have an estate section. They're mixed within there, but we always let people know if it's new or if it's old or if it's just pre-owned. But even the pre-owned stuff, we've got Tiffany and Company things that sell for 25 cents on the dollar of what you would find it for at our esteemed store with the blue boxes. So Allison's right. In this case alone, I'm looking at it, and I think 50% of it is brand new and 50% of it is vintage or estate. My girls say anything that's older than I am is antique, and anything that's younger than I am is just vintage. So that's our break off. But I would like to turn you over to Miss Edney, and she's going to tell us about some great new things.
Hi, well, welcome to Midwest. We're really excited to have you guys here. I'm going to show you a couple of newer lines that we carry, which would make really great Mother's Day gifts. First of all is a Vodka Tour. This is a company out of Connecticut, so everything in here is US made. Alison and I both had the honor of meeting Barbara, the designer, when we went to one of the jewelry shows a couple of years ago. She's a very talented lady. All these designs are basically from the travels. She's got inspiration from her travels, so travels to Paris, travels to the East. Each piece is plated, so it has a 22 karat gold leaf on it or a silver leaf. It takes 5 days to make each piece of jewelry. This one I love. This is one of my favorites. This is actually inspired by some Dutch botanicals. So when I saw her, I was like, oh, this looks so English to me. And she's like, well, it's Dutch. And you can sort of see that because it has like little bulbs on it and sort of little tulips. But this is one of my favorite pieces. We are having 50% off this line for Mother's Day, so if you are, a Zionsville person, this one would make a really great gift. It is a Zionsville map. We went over to the Sullivan Munts and found an old vintage map, and then we sent it to a Vodka Tour, and they put the map on there for us. Has a little sparkly on there. So these, you know, they're really fun, they're really hip. These guys, you know, I've seen media where they've, Katie Couric has worn one. They've been featured in Style magazine, in Paris Vogue. This lady wins awards at every jewelry show we go to. Every time we see her at a jewelry show, she is on the front page, she is in the magazine, because she just has some really great designs that are just a little different. So if that's something you're interested in, you give us a call. One of the other lines that we really love is Pira. So we'll go over there because I think it might be a little easier for you to see. So this is also a company Alison and I picked up in Vegas a couple of years ago. It is a husband and wife, and they are out of Vancouver, Canada. They use all recycled sterling silver. They found some old Victorian wax seals in an estate sale. They had already had some sort of jewelry making background, but started making these, basically they call them their signature talismans. So each one is handmade, individually made. These are, you know, been seen on the likes of Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, Julia Roberts, Jennifer Lawrence. You know, they are very sort of like hip and on it. You know, you can pick one that has like a bumblebee. So this one here, let me see. So this guy here has the bumblebee. So, and then it has a little saying at the top. So the bumblebee, oh, we don't have the card for the bumblebee. Of course we don't. Okay, let's go to this one. So this is the watch over me. This is the owl. So this is basically depicts facing forward a talisman. The owl is vigilantly watching over loved ones. So, you know, each one has a little individual meaning to it. This one has a heart on it. This one would be a perfect gift for Mother's Day. Represents love and sincerity and devotion. This one is this one here with the little double chain on it. This one's the one that has been worn by Taylor Swift, by Julia Roberts, wore this one in Wonder. So, you know, they are, it's a great line, a really, really fun line. We love it. One of the other things we do have is gift cards. So if you can't make your mind up for Mother's Day, you can call us, or any other occasion, you can call us and we can run your gift card, anything from $5 up. We had a grandfather come in, put $20 on one for his granddaughters so they could go and sit in the silver boxes. Unfortunately, we do not have the silver boxes out at the moment due to the current circumstances. When things have calmed down and people can sit together nicely again, we will get those sterling silver boxes out, which we all know is a great draw. Brian, like he said, buys the silver over the desk. We price it up, we put it in the bags and put it in the silver boxes. People sit at the coffee table for, you know, hours and make friends, and we give them a drink, and you can pick up a really nice piece of sterling silver for about $20, $25, pick up a nice ring. So that's some of the things that I'm going to talk about. Ali is going to talk about another really great silver line that Brian picked up in Tucson a couple of years ago called Frederick Ducloy.
Hi, I'm Allie here at Midwest Jewelers and Estate Buyers. I'm going to talk a little bit about our silver line, Frederick Ducloy. This is another new line. It's not estate. All the pieces are new. So Frederick Ducloy is a French designer, and he does these really great diamond cuts. That's what he's known for. And when you have a diamond cut on the silver, it makes it very, very shiny. So it catches the light. He has lots of movement in his pieces. So with the diamond cut, you can really see the movement. So we have necklaces and earrings, bracelets. We have some matching sets. These would be great Mother's Day gifts. He has some rose gold plated, yellow gold plated, and then just, you know, plain silver. So we have a little bit of something for everybody. All of them are priced separately, so if you just wanted the bracelet, if your mom's a bracelet wearer but not an earring or necklace wearer, you can buy them separately. One of my very favorite things that he does, and probably one of the things we sell the most in his line, are the diamond cut silver hoop earrings. They come in ovals. And they also come in round. They come in various sizes. We have some double ones. These guys are triple hoops. They're just an easy wear. I have mine in today, and I didn't even do that on purpose. I just wear them like that much. Price point wise, these triple guys go for $135. Some of these guys are in the $73 range, $65 range. So good price point there for Mother's Day. So something else that he does that's really cool is he rhodium plates his sterling silver, which is what Tiffany's does to their sterling silver, so it will not tarnish. It's a really nice feature for his jewelry. So I'll show some of the other pieces that he has. So on this one doesn't have the diamond cut, but it has a matte finish with some design on it. So we have the necklace and matching earrings for that. The necklace runs $180. The earrings run $147.50. We also have some of them that have gemstones. So these have blue topaz in them. And again, it's the matte finish. We have the earring and necklace set for this. The necklace runs $215. The earrings run $205. So that would make a really cute Mother's Day gift. We have some necklaces that are like the link necklaces. They're not all the shorter ones. This one has a little more substance to it. So it has his signature diamond cut links, and then it's got some smooth ones as well. So this guy runs $495. That's from his like higher end collection. And then the earrings run $170. And like I said, you don't have to buy these items together. You can buy them separately. We have the diamond cut hoops and the big guys.
Okay, so I'll see you at 2:30, Amanda.
So if you want a little more flare.
Okay, thanks, bye.
And then this one's a little different. This one's got like a tassel on it. And we have earrings to match. And this is two-tone, so it's yellow gold plated and silver. So if you have somebody that wants two-tone or like silver but to mix gold in with it, that would be great for them.
Well, and the mixing of the metals is huge now. People wear mixed metals all the time. So they've just kind of taken it and made it as part of their line.
Yeah, I love to do it because my wedding ring is white gold, and then I like to wear my yellow gold earrings. So this is a great way to just kind of intertwine pieces, or if you want to get your toe wet with mixing the metals. Because I know that was a big no-no there for a long time, but people do it now. It's normal, so it's everyday practice. So if you want to just dip your toe in, a piece like this would be a good way to start that. So. I'm going to move over here. We have another line that would be great for Mother's Day called Stia. It's also sterling silver. We have a lot of different pieces for Stia. We have these little initial necklaces that are cute. They're just one initial. This one's an S. So they'd make a great Mother's Day gift. These run $38. They're a great price point. They're 18 inches long. Which is your standard necklace.
Those are great graduation gifts too.
Yes, absolutely. We have some that have gemstones in them too, like this one. So, yeah, you can't forget your graduates. They've had a rough year of it this year, so
well, and those
they deserve
slip in a card really easily. So
absolutely.
You could just send it right on.
Put it in yeah, absolutely. Same thing, these bracelets would be great for graduation as well. We have some religious metals in these. And then we also have some that have like little opals. They run most of them run around $45. And they have labradorite, rose quartz, moonstone. So they do have some gemstones in them, which is nice. We have the sideways cross with the cubic zirconia in it. And these are one of our most popular Stia items. I want to hold it up because to show that it's a little longer. So it lands about here. And this one's Chalcedony. We have it in London Blue Topaz. We also have it in Labradorite. Again, sterling silver and gemstones. So these are hugely popular, and they run $65. So Stia is a great brand. And again, they have some yellow gold plated silver as well, and rose gold. So if you don't want to just do the silver, you can mix some of that in. That's a great line. This is our ancient Roman glass. This is hugely popular. It's got a natural patina on it, which is kind of the rainbow specks that you see, and that was formed from it being in the ground. So they are one-off pieces, and they are also sterling silver. Some of them have some gold mixed in with them, but for the most part, they're sterling silver. So these earrings that I just showed you run $215. So if you have somebody that's kind of sentimental, that likes history, that likes older things, this would be a great line for them. This is what the glass looks like when it's polished, when the patina is polished off of it. Some of the pieces just don't come out of the ground as pretty with the patina, and so they polish it off, and it gives it kind of that sea glass look, which a lot of people like too. It's a really good color, really easy to wear. We have that as well.
Thanks, Sally.
You're welcome.
Okay, now we're on over to Karen, and Karen is going to talk about a bridal line because, well, people are still getting engaged.
Yeah, people are still getting engaged, and not necessarily. This does not necessarily have to be an engagement ring. It can be a ring mount also. So this is a line that is very near and dear to my heart. When I first started working at the store, we had Crown Rings, which is a bridal house, and then Noam got taken under the umbrella of Crown Rings. So Noam Carver is the designer. We basically knew him from the get-go. I mean, I used to call and ask a question. I would get Noam on the phone, and we'd sort of chat about designs. So he has a very special place in my heart, and he and I are a bit like this. We're tight.
Yeah.
You know, we're very tight. So when we go to the jewelry stores, I always like to swing by and say hi to Noam. But he is, not only is he near and dear to my heart, he is also a brilliant bridal designer. He has won numerous awards for his bridal design. He has definitely got more momentum over the last couple of years. So he is doing really great.
Can I push that into the light?
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll push it over to the light. Okay, here we go. There we go. So these are just a few sort of examples of, obviously ovals are very on trend at the moment. Also rose gold is very on trend. So this has all the things going for it. This is not your mother's marquee ring. We all know that, all those people that got married in the 80s that had those marquee rings, they are definitely coming back into vogue. We are seeing a lot of the nice fancy shapes coming back into style. One of the fun things about the marquees too is not with this ring you couldn't do it, but we are seeing them set like east to west. So we are seeing marquees being set east to west in the mountings, so it gives them a bit more of a contemporary look. This one I love because it's just classic. It has that lovely mill grain around the diamond, sort of emphasizes the diamond in the center. And, this is like a lovely little princess ring. It has the rose gold going on. It looks like a princess ring. One of the things I do love about Noam, a lot of the Noam rings, is, when you start engagement shopping, everybody puts excuse my nails because we all know how that goes at the moment.
COVID
nails. So don't mind that, I'm sorry.
COVID manicures.
Right, COVID nails we've got. So everybody tries the engagement ring on and goes, yeah, great. But what a lot of people don't think about is actually trying the wedding band on with the engagement ring. How does that fit together? Are you one of those people who, if that doesn't fit snug together, that really bugs you? I am one of those people, I like my jewellery to be snug together. Some people are fine, but always always try the wedding band on with the engagement ring, just so you know what you're up against come wedding band time. We see a lot of people come in here with engagement rings, trying to find a wedding band to contour around it, and it's sometimes a little difficult. This one I love. It's contemporary. It has all the bling going on the side. I mean, you know, from the top it looks like a beautiful sort of classic ring. When you turn it over on the side, it has all those gorgeous diamonds, not only on the engagement ring, but also on the wedding band. So, you know, just a really sort of nice classic ring. And of course this one's my favorite. I love this guy.
Okay, bring yours
So
over.
yeah, we have a trio of them. This is probably one of the most
We love this
popular
ring.
no-am ring that we have made. We have made this ring probably at least 5 times. You know, we've had people come in and say, "Oh, I want what you've got." We put it in the window once. A lady just walked by and said, "I need it." And we've done it in different sizes too. So these all have a 1 carat CZ in the center at the moment. You know, we pop a diamond into them. But we have made them with like a 75-point diamond, which is a 3/4 of a carat. So, you know,
You can do colored stones
yes,
too.
you can do whatever, you know, you fancy. The nice thing about this also is, you know, like I say, this was not my first engagement ring. You can take your original diamond or colored stone, whatever you have, and we can put it into a nice mounting from no-am and basically upgrade your ring and make it look like something new and something modern and something fun, just, you know, by putting it in something different. And you are doing that for a fraction of the price that it would cost you to buy a new ring, because you basically have got the biggest monetary part of your ring if you have the diamond. So this is a really great line. I love no-am. You know, we are more than happy to help you navigate this. I know sometimes it seems a little overwhelming when we're looking at engagement rings, but really, you know, these guys are very flexible. We can do all sorts of fun things. One thing I do want to point out is our price points. We talked about, you know, price points. So these guys, these are a really great seller in our store. These are like $9.95. We sell these 3 for $25 altogether. So, you know, here we've got our little IU just for Alison going here today. You know, I put one on just this minute ago, you know, it goes with my blouse. So, you know, you can put one with, these are my bangles, and I just stacked it with my bangles just to pop a color. Or you can sort of, you know, mix and match them. We have a lot of people spend a lot of time mixing and matching these things. It takes, you know, what do you want, a big one or a little one or a sparkly one? So this is sort of fun, but as I say, $9.95. Don't think that everything in here is $225,000. So this is a gorgeous Hearts on Fire 7.2 carat diamond ring. Would you like to try it on, Alison?
Yes, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, Alison never turned down bling in her life, right?
Never.
Yeah, right. So this is just gorgeous. I mean, it's a beautiful ring, but I just wanted to sort of highlight the spectrum of pieces that we have in the store. You know, you can come in, you can pick up something for $9.95, or you can pick up something for $225,000, and everything in between. So
yeah,
isn't that gorgeous?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, stunning. So Brian is going to talk about probably one of his biggest passions, I think. Let me get from behind here. His pins. Brian has a definite love for pins. He's a bit like the Queen, you know. He's the Queen, the king. He's actually like the king of pins, you know. He's like.
Oh boy, we're starting rumors.
Yeah, he's the king of pins.
A little bit like the Queen.
Yeah, the fact that the
So-
Queen likes all her pins, Brian loves pins too. So I'm going to pass you over to Brian, and he's going to talk about one of his passions.
Thanks, Karen. So as an estate buyer, we get an opportunity to buy so many different things, and one of those things that was very, very popular from, the mid-1800s all the way up into the 1960s was pins. And they have sort of fallen out of favor. But we get an opportunity to buy pins all the time that come in estates that we buy. And to be honest, I just don't have the heart to melt them down, which is, you know, if something isn't necessarily that popular, your last choice is to kind of melt it down for the gold weight. But for me, what they represent is a very unique opportunity to express your individuality. And as you can see, almost all the pins are whimsical. And if you look on my Pinterest board, yes, I do have a Pinterest board, you can, one of the things that I constantly pin are these beautiful whimsical designs. You can see we have dragonflies and flowers and birds with enamel and pearls on it. And over here are some of the even more amazing ones that we have. We have a pin that has Plikajour Enamel, and what that means is you can actually see right through the enamel. The enamel is done in such a way that there isn't a gold backing on it, that it's almost like a stained glass window, and it just makes a unique effect. And then we've got blowfish and crabs and dragons and roses and even a whimsical little derby hat. One of my favorite pins that we've ever bought here is this rooster. And I'll let you all fill in your own joke, but this is a rooster from the 1860s, we think, based on the style of the diamonds. It is platinum and 18 karat gold with diamonds and rubies and emeralds. And it is just a stunning piece of jewelry that I have been known to wear myself at Christmas time. When you see some of the red carpet men these days, you will see men wearing pins now, big diamond, expensive brooches. One more thing I want to tell you about before we talk about watches a little bit is this piece. This is a custom piece that I made from an Egyptian scarab. We believe that scarab is about 3,000 years old, and I bought it in an estate, and I didn't know what to do with it, but I wanted to honor it in some way because I thought it was so cool. So I put it together. I wanted to come up with a design, a motif that was going to sort of be in keeping with the sort of the style, the Egyptian style. Even the back of it, I had it pierced in a Middle Eastern type of motif so that it would sort of reflect the nature of the origin of the piece. So it has diamonds and sapphires, and it's all rendered in 18 karat gold. It's all handmade and custom done, and it's a wonderful piece of jewelry that is the only one in captivity. It's a beautiful piece of jewelry.
Okay, hold on for just a second. We're going to go to Karen, and she's going to talk about your bonus cards.
While you scurry over to the watches. Okay, so we have, for Mother's Day, if you spend over $250, we are giving out $25 gift cards to Cobblestone Grill. So basically that's a win-win. I mean, you come here and you spend some money, and then you go to Cobblestone and spend some money, and everybody is happy, and you get to give Mom a free dinner for her Mother's Day gift, as well as a wonderful piece of jewelry. So, okay, let's walk you over to Brian, and he's going to
Before we do, I want to poke this in the light.
Okay.
So Karen was talking about east-west. This is representative of how a stone is set east-west. So north-south would be, of course, this way.
Up your finger,
Up your
right?
finger.
Yes.
And this sits across.
Yeah.
So this is a piece that they had made, but if you ever wanted to do something a little different or a little modern,
Yep.
you can actually customize the rings from Noam
Absolutely.
to sit like this.
Yep. And even if you've just got a loose stone of any color, you know, whether it be a ruby, a emerald, a sapphire, you know, we can custom make pretty much anything. We have a great custom designer out of Chicago that we've been using, and he's made us some really gorgeous east-west rings over the last few months they come in and they sell really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you take
Back here to Brian and the watches.
Watchatorium.
So, another one of my passions is watches. I'm thinking maybe I have too many passions, possibly. But we are an authorized dealer for 5 different watch lines. We have Mccall for women. That's an exclusive women's line. That's a very, very popular ladies' fashion line. Then we carry Tissot, Hamilton, Miele, Glachute, and Oris. Those are our 5 brands that we're authorized dealers for. In addition to which, we also have an estate selection, if you will. We have Rolex, we have Patek Philippe, we have Omega, and we are constantly buying and selling watches. Our estate selection of watches is constantly turning. We have a Rolex Submariner, which are actually very hard to find right now. We have a Ladies President, an Omega Speedmaster, which is another incredibly popular and desirable watches. So we've got great watches and great price points. So don't forget us for Father's Day as well. It's not just for men, but watches tend to be a men's fashion item, and if you're not a big guy that wears a lot of rings or big chains, sometimes a watch can be that thing that sort of gives you your individual character, and men love to wear good watches, and we have hundreds and hundreds of great watches, everywhere from a couple of $100s on up. So this would be a place to take a look for that kind of gift as well. Finally, please remember us. If you're looking to buy that special, unique gift, we have a store full of unique things that many of which are one of a kind, but no matter what, it'll be one of a kind for that special person you buy it for, or if you're buying it for yourself, we can find that perfect individual thing. And if you're looking to sell something, please keep us in mind as well. We don't think of selling just as like I need money, like there's a stigma involved with that. Sometimes people just have stuff that's sitting in a drawer for 20 years and they're amazed at how much money they get out of a little handful of gold. We even buy gold teeth. Most people are like, ew, you'll buy that? I was like, well, actually it's worth money because it's gold. So no matter what, we would love to have you come in and see us. And we've got a great staff. My staff here is incredible. I brag on them all the time. And people come in and they just feel warm and comfortable like home. And so, Allison?
Yeah. I want to have you guys, if you want to step back in here and talk about, you were talking about watches. Mm-hmm. So you have a layaway program.
Yes, we have a layaway program. So we don't do credit per se because we found that really doesn't really work very well for us. So if you come in and you see an item and you can't do the whole thing all at once, we have a layaway program. So if you see a watch that's say $1,000, we've sort of asked that you maybe put a couple of $100 down on it, and then you can come in and pay on it periodically. We have no real hard and fast rules on it. We just ask that you pay on a regular basis. It's a great way to get a piece that maybe is a little reach piece for you sometimes. It may be a bit out of your range, but you can always, mail in a check, call us on the phone with a credit card, or just, we always love to see you all. So pop in, and pay. And as I say, it's just a great way to get a nice piece of jewelry without having to reach or, empty your bank account. So yeah, it's a really, easy way to get a really nice piece of jewelry. So we're more than happy to do that for you.
Well, I also wanted to mention that you do jewelry repair.
Yes, we have an in-house jeweler. Dave has over 40 years of experience. He is here 3 days a week. We pretty much can do any jewelry repair. I mean, probably our number one jewelry repair is sizing, ring sizing. We do a lot of ring sizing, repair of chains. We also do watch batteries, so we change watch batteries in all sorts of watches. And if you have a question about a repair, just bring it in. We can always walk it back to Dave, and he can have a look at it and tell us what he thinks. If you haven't had your engagement ring looked at for a few years, please come in. We're more than happy to, we don't charge, to have a look at your ring, check the prongs, clean it for you, I don't know quite how we're attempting to do that at the minute with everything going on, with the whole cleaning, but we're figuring that one out as we go along. So, you know, we're more than happy to clean your rings for you or any other pieces of jewelry.
So if you've had too many COVID snacks and you can't get your ring off,
yes, come and get it sized. Yeah, we can do that, absolutely. Is there anything else that you can think of that we didn't hit today?
well, I think Brian's going to show off the buying room.
Yeah,
Yes.
one of the things that I wanted to take you on a brief walkthrough, more so not necessarily the buying room per se, because it's kind of a mess, but I wanted to show you all my cabinet of curiosities. I keep talking about the stories that things have, and there's a lot of times things will come in and I will buy them out of estates and I don't necessarily have a good place to go with them, or in the case of the center case here, you're not allowed to sell it. So when something like this, which is ivory, comes in, I only buy pre-ban ivory, but when ivory comes in, it just sort of sits here because you're really not allowed to buy it. So I make sure that first of all it's pre-ban, and second of all it just kind of sits here in my little cabinet of curiosities. So as you can see in here, there's just all kinds of interesting items. This top cabinet here in the center are all my pocket watches. I'm also kind of a fruit for pocket watches. Again, I have too many passions I'm coming to realize through this exercise, but these are beautiful gold pocket watches. Unfortunately, pocket watches are in a time where they're only worth approximately the value of the gold, and I just don't have the heart to turn some of these into the gold that they're worth. So you just never know what you're going to see when somebody walks in the door with their little box. It's one of the things that I love about the business. It's like this treasure hunt. So I love making somebody happy. I had a lady just this week came in. She had a few estate pieces from her grandmother that she wanted to get rid of, that nobody in the family wanted, and she happened to ask me. She said, "Do you buy coins?" I said, "Sure, I buy coins. We buy a lot of coins." She goes, "All right, well, I'll throw those in too. I've got a few coins." So I open up this suitcase, and there's a little bit of ho-hum jewelry in there, but there's also over 40 ounces of gold. And so I ended up writing her a check for almost $75,000 for her gold, and she had no idea. She knew there was a little bit in there, and so I made her day, and it's what we do. We look for those diamonds in the rough. We want to be fair with people. We want to make money, but at the same time, I want to sleep at night. So through all of this, I just want to wish you all God bless, and stay safe. Be nice to each other, and I'm not sure if Allison has one more thing to say or not.
We're good. Thank you so much for allowing us to come in and peek inside your business today. This is good stuff. And, you know, they always have unique things that you just never know what are going to come across the estate buying desk and end up in the case, which is really cool. It is kind of a hunt. And every time you come in, there's something new, and there's another story, and there's a piece of Tiffany sitting in a case that you had no idea, because it's there and available to you, and it's a fraction of the price. So very cool stuff here. So thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Allison. We really appreciate it. Have a great day. God bless.